Welcome to Friday, Facebook Friday Live. I'm here live with you guys today, and we're going to be talking about some fun stuff. We're going to be talking about dancing, getting happy in life, right? That's a big part of being superhuman. So I wrote a blog a couple weeks ago on how to be superhuman. And the first one I talked about last Friday, which was drinking more water and all the great sources of water. So if you missed that one, go back and watch that. It's on my page somewhere. Today I'm going to be, let me drop my earring. I'm going to be talking about the number 2 on my blog, which out of 10, so I'll be covering all 10 as the weeks go on. Number 2 is get alkaline with green juice. So anybody that's taken my Culinary Academy or come to my retreats or come to my weekend workshops knows that I pump you guys full of green juice. That's my number 1 way to get someone healthy. If I know anybody that's not healthy, the first thing I do is say, are you drinking green juice? Are you doing green powders? You need to get those in your diet. Do you mind turning those dehydrators off? We got a couple dehydrators running here this morning. We've been busy in the kitchen. We made flax crackers and we're making some chia bars, and maybe I'll show you guys that on another class. But so today I'm going to talk about green juice some more, and then I'm going to give you guys a free lesson, and this is going to actually be part of a recorded course I'm going to be doing. We're releasing it today. It's called Nut Butters, Jams, and Spreads. So we're going to show you guys how to make, in this course, it's going to be how to make Nutella, which we can't call it Nutella because there's already a company that calls it that. This is even better than Nutella. It's called Longevity Nutella, or Longevitella, or I don't even know the name of it. You guys have Nutritella. There we go. Caitlin has the word. Nutritella. So this Nutella is a super nutrient dense, chocolatey flavored, yummy nut butter with that we make from scratch with cacao powder added and some either coconut sugar or stevia to sweeten it, and longevity mushroom powder. So we're gonna that course is getting released today. There's also my famous honey butter in there, my coconut honey butter with turmeric and honey and salt. And then we're going to be showing you today I'm going to be actually recording it on my other camera, which is behind this camera. I'm going to be recording a macadamia nut butter. So first I show you how to make the macadamia nut butter, and then we sweeten it with things like stevia and lucuma and salt and honey and all kinds of good stuff. So I'll get to that in a minute, and I'll just show you quick and easy ways to make these spreads. And you can put these spreads on apples. You can do a lot of stuff with it. But before I get to that, I just want to say happy almost Valentine's Day. It's coming up on Tuesday. So for those of you guys who are going to be having parties or making dinner for someone or something like that, this would be a great recipe to serve to them. So remember, even on these holidays, you need to remember to add a lot of healthy foods in, even if you're going to be drinking wine. If you stay tuned, I'll give you a tip at the end for if you are going to drink wine on Valentine's Day, how to make sure you don't get a hangover and how to feel your best after drinking alcohol. But today is still about the green juice, baby. So what you want to do is you want to make a lot. Caitlin and I, we are housemates, so we take turns making celery juice. It's my turn next. But we buy usually about 6 heads of celery and get the green star out and juice like 2 or 3 days worth. So if we get 6 out of that, I think 1 head of celery makes about this much. How much juice did you get out of this? Out of the 6 heads of celery?
6 bottles.
6 bottles out of 6 heads of celery. Right now we are just experimenting with celery juice. I like to switch around my juices. Like sometimes I'll do kale and celery and cucumber and lemon in the summer because the cucumber is cooling. Right now it's wintertime, even though I'm wearing a tank top because it's 70 degrees here in Arizona, believe it or not. But it's still cold in the morning and it's still cold in the evening. So I don't want to get my system too cooled down. So I'm doing celery, which is more of a winter vegetable. You could do like celery and kale. And what that's going to do, what does green juice do for you guys? I'm sure a lot of you know. Anybody who's been following me for a while, or if you did read my blog, you know all the amazing secrets to green juice. I think if I could have one food to live on, like if someone said you can only have one food for a month, right now I'd probably pick celery juice. The reason for that is because I'm a busy lady. I got a lot going on. I got up early this morning. I did my meditation. I did my sauna. I went and worked out to the gym, drove to the gym, came back. We made a bunch of food. Now I'm on live. So I love my life. I don't feel tired, but I think a big part of it is that I'm getting my alkaline juice in every day. So if I had to pick one food, it would be something that's going to give me energy, something that's going to make me feel alkaline, feel amazing, feel energetic all the time. And it's got enough calories in it that I feel nutritious while I'm drinking it. Now, I'm not fasting on green juice right now. I'm just saying this is like the first thing I have in the day. And then I move into smoothies, and you guys know the routine of all the different things you can do. If you don't know the routine of what to eat and when to eat it and the best ways to eat and how to power your body, I would suggest one of our courses. Now, we are releasing one soon. I'm going to actually be doing a webinar, so stay tuned. I'll let you guys know. I'll post it on Facebook. I'll put it on my website, so you guys should join my mailing list at purejoyplanet.com if you're not already on it, because you want to get these announcements, because this webinar is going to include a free 7-day course on how to be gluten-free. So some people are still struggling with gluten, and we're making it super easy for you to go gluten-free. If you've already passed that milestone and you're like, I don't eat gluten, it doesn't even seem like food to me anymore, congratulations. Maybe now you're ready for the next step, which is to take our 4-week love camp starting in the spring. It starts, I believe, April 3rd or 4th on a Monday. And that's going to be 4 weeks of recipes, 4 weeks of coaching from me and Caitlin and Allie, who's our fitness coach. Lots of tips. Every day you get a lesson on like the Dirty Dozen and why to eat organic and the Dirty Dozen, or there's just so many things that we're teaching you guys in that 4 weeks. You'll walk away from that 4 weeks feeling transformed, feeling lighter. There's no gluten in that course. There's no sugar. We're using all whole foods, but we are using yummy sweet desserts. We're not doing deprivation. I don't believe in deprivation. I believe in nourishing, especially for women, nourishing, fueling your body with the best stuff ever, and never feeling deprived, because deprivation just leads to binging. We want to get off that track of binging, of starving ourselves than binging. I believe in fasting for cleansing the liver and for healing the body, but I don't believe in it as a form of weight loss because it always backfires. So back to the green juice. You want to start your day with a nice alkalizing green juice. Why do we want to be alkaline? I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but the number one reason, especially this time of year, people call this time of year flu season. I don't get the flu because my body is alkaline. And this is one of the quickest ways to get pure joy, which is, by the way, everyone's birthright to be joyful. If you're depressed, if you're on medication, if you're feeling groggy in the morning, if you feel, just cranky at other people and you want to honk your horn in the car, you're not alkaline. I can promise you, alkaline people don't get cranky. Of course, we're all going to have moments where something crazy happens and you're going to react. But on a day-to-day basis, if you're feeling not so great, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't have any motivation, this is your answer. It's so cheap. One head of celery is $1.49. I'm like, come on, people. Get this green juice in you. If you don't have a juicer, because that could be the next excuse, right? Everybody's got their list of excuses why they're not healthy. The next one is, I don't have a juicer. Guess what? Most of you, I'm sure anybody here watching has a blender. Any kind of blender. Chop that celery up, put it in a blender, throw a glass of purified water in there with it, blend it, put it through a nut milk bag, throw the pulp out, drink the juice, you've got juice. No excuses, okay? Go to Whole Foods and get your juice there, whatever you need to do. Not Whole Foods, but any juice bar. There's lots of juice bars around now. Okay, so that's my little spiel on why we should drink green juice, and that's another way to become superhuman. Number 1 is water. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Number 2 is green juice. Get alkaline and hydrate and feel all the electrolyte energy that comes through from getting these green juices in your body. If you like to drink coffee, no problem. The acidity from coffee will get balanced out from the green juice, the alkalinity. If you don't like to drink coffee, that's great too. No judgment here. We all are on this planet doing our thing. Some people are just naturally more healthy than others because of the way we came in, because of our, etymology, our genes. So we got what we got. We got the deal we were dealt, but you can fix it. You don't ever have to be a victim of your genes. You can always have a cure and a fix, and that's going back to food. Food's the number one thing that's going to heal your body. The next thing after that is you're going to want to make sure you're moving your body, moving those toxins out, and I'm going to get more into that next week. Number 3 on how to become superhuman next Friday. Tune in for that. But now we're going to move into how to make nut butter taste really good. We're going to turn the other camera on. So while Caitlin's turning the camera on, I just want to explain to you that this course, for you guys who just turned in, this course here that I'm just about to record, is this recipe is one segment of our nut butters and jellies and Nutella and butter, like a vegan butter spread. So this is one of the lessons. So I'm going to be talking to my other camera, but you guys are going to be able to watch while I do it. So, hi there, everybody. Oh, wait. She hasn't turned it on yet.
1, 2, and go.
Hi there, everybody. I'm going to teach you guys today. This lesson is going to be on how to make your own macadamia butter and then how to turn that into a sweet lucuma white chocolate macadamia butter. It's going to be so good. I can't wait to make it. So this recipe just calls for a food processor, and I've got my Cuisinart here. I like this one's a 14 cup, which is a nice size because you can do big batches in there. But if you're just a home chef and you're just doing this for yourself or a couple people, the 11 cup size food processor will work great, or even a mini food processor, really whatever you can get your hands on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 cups of macadamias. And we're going to put that into our food processor. And the recipe calls for 1 cup of macadamia nut butter, so that equals about 2 cups of whole macadamia nuts. Now these macadamia nuts are super special. Now you don't want to buy store-bought macadamia nuts because they're usually rancid. I mean, if they keep them in the fridge, great. There are companies that do sell really fresh macadamia nuts, and we happen to be one of those because we get ours shipped in fresh from Hawaii, and then we repackage it and sell it to you. And we keep it in a cool storage so that it's always white and fresh and it never has that rancid taste. If you try mac nuts out of the bulk bin, you're going to notice they taste bitter and rancid. I mean, I do because I can taste rancid nuts or rancid oils. So you want to make sure you're getting the freshest possible. So go ahead and put that all in your food processor, 2 cups. You don't need to soak them because they don't have enzyme inhibitors on them, which is good. You want to make sure that you are putting the nuts in dry, so don't soak them. If you do soak them, you want to dehydrate them for a full 24 hours before you do this process. No water ever should be in your food processor. You shouldn't even have 1 drop of water. If you have a blow dryer, if you're not sure, blow dry the inside of the blade, blow dry the inside of the whole food processor to make sure it's bone dry. It's very important for the lifespan of your nut butter. If you're only going to keep it for a couple days, it's not a big deal. But it won't butter up as nicely if water gets in there. You want the oils to start releasing. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute while I just butter this up because I don't want to talk over the food processor. You gotta put your love in the food, right? Love it up. It's starting to butter up really nicely. I can see the bottom here, if you can see that. It's getting a little bit buttery there, and that's a good thing. And you just want to let it, give it the time to butter up on its own. In other words, don't mess with it. Don't keep opening the lid. Just let it do its thing. It's tempting though, I know. So what's going to happen is it's going to start to do this. It's going to start to let all of its oils out. And now it's turning into like a liquid, which is perfect. Smells really good. Okay, I'm going to open it because I want to check and see if there's any chunks in it. It looks smooth, but it might have a couple chunks, so let's just check. Okay, it's pretty smooth. I'm just going to show this to you guys up close so you can see it. That looks good. And then we're going to keep it going just a little bit more because there's a couple chunks in there. Okay? And You know, this is something you can let your food processor run while you do the dishes or while you do something else. Do you notice how much louder it is when that's off? So if you have a plug for it, or you can put like a bowl or something over it, it's going to kind of keep it a little quieter. Go do that. That kind of keeps the noise level down. So making nut butters is definitely a process. It's something you just do a large batch and then you have it. All right. I like the sound. It's gotten really smooth. Okay, let me show you guys now. Can you see that? It's nice and smooth and buttery, super silky smooth. So this is going to be the base of our white chocolate butter. I'm so excited. And this is a lot of fat. Yes, you're right. This isn't something you're just going to sit and eat. This is a spread. This is something you can put inside of your chocolate. Like instead of peanut butter cups, these are like white chocolate butter cups. Or you can put it on apples. You can do lots of different things with it. So the next ingredient is 2 tablespoons. So let's just see how much this is. It should be, after putting 2 cups in, it should be about 1 cup of nut butter. So I'm just going to grab a measuring cup here and measure out 1 cup. So these metric wonder cups are super awesome because you can just push it to the 1 cup line and get exactly the amount you need in it. And I believe that I'm right that 2 cups of macadamia nuts makes about 1 cup of butter. But actually, we have a little more than we need. So I think about 1.5 cups is probably your best bet. So what I'll do is just take the excess out, and we'll save that for just a plain nut butter or do something else with it. And then I'll put the rest of this back in. Okay, so one fun thing about this little cup is that you just push like that and the nut butter just slides right out. It's a super easy way to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my other ingredients. I need 2 tablespoons of raw honey. And I know some people that are vegan don't eat honey, but I'm one of those people that does if it's quality honey. Now I got this from Ecuador, and it's called Podocarpus honey, and there's actually like abandoned hives where they find the beehive, just the honey, and they can actually harvest it. They're not like harming the bees in any way. Honey has a lot of amazing properties, very healing, very antibacterial. You can put it on a cut. It's good for the body for a lot of people that have problem with bloating from sweeteners. This is, honey is one of the few sweeteners that you can eat that doesn't, it's a different kind of polysaccharide, so it doesn't bloat your stomach the way other polysaccharides do. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And the other thing is we really need bees in the world. So if everybody stopped eating honey, it would mean that the beekeepers would stop, harvesting this honey and keeping bees. And that would be sad because the only way for our fruit trees and our vegetables to get pollinated is from bees. We actually had a bee in the house earlier, and I always just send love to the bees. I'm not afraid of them, and they do a good thing for us. They're amazing on this planet. So whenever you do use honey, just think loving thoughts and just know that it's a good thing to buy super conscious, healthy honey. Not honey from a Safeway or something, but like farmer's market honey, good quality honey. So that was about, probably maybe a little more. It was about 2 tablespoons. And then I need to put in lucuma. So if you're not familiar with lucuma, it is it comes from an egg fruit and then they dry it down. It comes from South America. It's just a sweet powder that actually kind of has a white chocolatey essence and flavor to it. We're going to put that in to kind of dry the butter up so it's not so oily. And it also adds like a malty vanilla-iness to it. You could also put in maca powder or mesquite powder or some kind of white powder, but this is lucuma powder. Then we want to add a little salt because we always add like about 1/4 teaspoon of salt for flavor there. And then some kind of flavoring. I have medicine flower. Now you guys that know me know this is one of my favorite essences, my favorite ways to flavor my food because it's a CO2 extracted flavoring, and that means it's not fake. It's not like a flavor, but it's and I call it essence, and it's been a concentrate of the vanilla. So for vanilla, I probably want about 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then some other kind of thing. So since I'm going for the whole white chocolate flair, I'm going to put in about 10 drops of the white chocolate essence, which this white chocolate essence is made from cacao butter. And you know how when you smell cacao butter, that's chocolate butter basically. It has that sweet, pungent, almost fruitiness to it. That's what this smells like. It also tastes really good in green juice. If you kind of get sick of the taste of your green juice, add a little white chocolate essence, like 1 drop, and a little stevia, and it tastes like a milkshake. It just completely transforms your green juice. So I know there's some people out there with kids that they want their kids to drink green juice. It's a great way to do it. So back to the nut butter. We want to just put the lid on now. So we've got our 10 drops of white chocolate, our 10 drops of vanilla, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And then I might want to add stevia after I taste it. And this one I'm going to stop it and scrape the sides down just to make sure all that good stuff gets down in there. And I know this is going to be good. It's starting to take on a little bit of a pink hue, which is really pretty. All right, and we don't need to go that long because the oils have already released. We've got this beautiful butter. I'm going to taste it. Caitlin's going to come in and taste it with me. Come on, taste it.
I've been waiting for
She's been waiting all day for this. We've been actually waiting all week for this. We're like, we're going to make it on Friday.
Can we make it early?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
It tastes a lot like white chocolate too.
It tastes just like white chocolate. So imagine this inside of a chocolate peanut butter cup. And we give you guys the recipe on this nut butters class, how to make your own nut butters. Okay, so anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for joining me. And we'll see you next time. And to you guys, so I'm done filming, so back to you guys on Facebook Live. Thanks for bearing with me while I recorded that. And it does taste super good. I think I'm going to put it on an apple. So let's kind of do a slice. So here's how I like to do my apple slices. I like to do them in rounds because then it's kind of, I call it an apple pizza. So you want to do it thick enough. This one is a Gala apple, I think, and since it's apple season, then you can just take like a little spread of it, like that, and sprinkle some cinnamon on top, something like that, and then, better than any dessert out there. So good. So let's see. Before we say goodbye today, in case you missed it, this lucuma butter is part of my nut butters, jams, and spreads course. So that's going to be a $15 course you guys can get. It's going to be available today. We're really excited to be releasing it. Just go to purejoyplanet.com and find the course. Caitlin will probably post a link in the feed here. But purejoyplanet.com is where you want to go. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys, everybody that's tuning in. And I'm getting lots of messages now that this is my 3rd week of Facebook Fridays. People that are loving this. Tell me a good time. I mean, I could go on at 10 o'clock at night, maybe. That might be fun on a Friday. But I want to find the perfect time of day. This is kind of lunchtime, so I thought it was good. But thank you for your support, and the way that you can support me is go online, get these fun classes. I mean, $15 for a course, that's amazing. You can still get my free juicing course as well by going on Pure Joy Planet, clicking on courses, and you'll see the juicing courses. So learn all about the green juice I just talked about. And there's a lot of other courses. Make sure you join us for something. And then there's ebooks, and there's free recipes, there's a blog, there's lots of stuff. So let me know what you guys are interested in. Feel free to comment down here on the page. Let me know what you like for next week. And thank you so much for joining. I just want to say hi to Jeanette. You've been here every time. Thanks for joining, Jeanette. And Kathy Kirchner, hi. We call her Kathy Kale because she's our kale chip lady. And Caitlin's here. And Kathy said thank you. So I just want to thank everybody who joined us today. And I will see you guys. I might actually have a Valentine's special on the 14th. So I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned for that. But happy Friday.
Yay!
Happy full moon. See you
Happy
soon.
full moon.